Well, things are about to get a little more expensive. You may remember that President Trump set tariffs at 25% for all steel and aluminum imports back in February. And then he paused those tariffs and had a 90-day period for people to negotiate trade deals with the United States. And then on May 30th, he announced that he was going to go forward with the steel and aluminum tariffs, not just at the 25% rate he originally announced, but actually doubling them to 50%. And those 50% tariffs took effect today. The Trump administration says that the reason for the tariffs is to effectively counter the unfair trade practices of countries that are dumping low-priced excess steel and aluminum on U.S. markets. But the countries being impacted by the tariffs are claiming that this is unfair because the U.S. can't possibly produce enough steel and aluminum to meet their own needs. And some countries like Mexico, while they are exporting steel to the United States, they actually import more steel than they export. Typically, the United States imports about 26.2 metric tons of steel every year and about 5.4 million metric tons of aluminum. The cost of the millions and millions of products made from all that imported aluminum and steel is about to go up. Experts say that cars will be one of the things impacted the most. About 60% of the total weight vehicle is steel. The price of a new vehicle will go up somewhere between $400 and $3,000 per vehicle. We'll also see increases in the cost of new homes. The cost of building a new home is expected to go up somewhere between $10,000 and $12,000 because so many of the materials involved in building the home are now subject to tariffs. You'll also see price increases on sports equipment, canned beer and canned soda, and home appliances. The last time President Trump imposed these exact same kinds of tariffs back in his first term, Canada and Mexico, which are the two countries we import the most steel from, were able to get exemptions from the tariffs. And Mexico has already announced that they'll seek an exemption this time. What this means for the American consumer is probably higher prices on a broad range of goods. What does it mean in terms of jobs? Depends on what industry we're talking about. The last time we had tariffs, there was an uptick in jobs in the steel and aluminum manufacturing industries. However, those increases in jobs were offset by job losses in all the downstream industries that use aluminum and steel. Sales declined as prices got more expensive, and they also lost valuable export markets because the cost of our goods was too high. It'll be a little while before you see the price increase because goods that are already here in the United States are not subject to the tariffs. Next time you're in the grocery store, see how much a 6-pack of beer is or a 6-pack of soda, and then next month see how much it is then.